Aiden Fucci, age 14, killed Tristyn Bailey, age 13. This is something that we are almost certain of at this point. And by his bizarre behavior, the cover-up that his mother, Crystal Smith, who was seen on actual CCTV footage, actually, covering up and tampering with evidence, washing the clothing that he came home in that was covered in blood. We are almost certain, again, that Aiden Fucci killed Tristyn Bailey. Prior to the actual events that took place, Aiden actually made several statements to friends and to his girlfriend about wanting to kill someone. And to his friends, he said that he wanted to kill someone soon, but never said who. And he went on to actually say he wanted to drag them into the woods and actually commit this act. Now, we don't know if that's factually, statement from actual individuals. We're just told that this is what they were told. Until it comes out in court and it's actually proven, we have no actual factual information that these statements really exist, or when they were said, where they were said, what the context around them was when he said them. Did he just blurt out that he wanted to grab someone and take them to the woods and stab them to death and commit murder? And the larger question that we need to look at, though, in this case is Aiden Fucci, is he mentally competent to stand trial? I've had this video that you see running here on the screen. I've had it examined by a couple of different people who are working on their master's and their doctorate's degree in psychology. They're all alarmed by his behavior in this video that is taken from the jail, along with the fact that someone else in the actual inner circle of Aiden said that Aiden had previously been on some type of medication that he used to joke around and said they were his crazy pills that he had to take. Is this, and does this mean that Aiden Fucci is mentally incompetent to stand trial? But let's just set all that aside for a minute, ladies and gentlemen, and let's look at the actual boy himself, 14 years old. As we all are aware, and if you've ever been around a 14-year-old boy before, at the age of 14, their brain is not fully developed at the age of 14. They can make decisions, right and wrong, and they know right from wrong, but they act on impulse. They do not think of long-term consequences for their actions, nor are they able to, even if they're sat down. In a lot of cases, they're not able to make long-term decisions. Sure, there are those few rare ones out there that can, but for the majority, they can't. They can't make long-term decisions. We don't give them a driver's license at 14. We won't allow them to, go to war and fight for this country at the age of 14. There are reasons behind that. Now, I'm not saying that a 14-year-old cannot commit a horrific act like this. What I'm saying is that the brain is not developed yet. And we all know that girls mature faster, and obviously in long term, better than boys. Tristyn Bailey was stabbed 114 times, according to Greg Hanlon of ABC Channel number 7 out of Jacksonville. That number has differentiated depending upon which different media outlet you actually watch or read from. But the average consensus is it's over 100 times. And that is why I hate doing stories like this. Because we're looking at, obviously, a young lady who was the victim of the crime, who was cut down way too short. But we're also looking at a perpetrator here who may not have had the mental capacity because of his age and the development of his brain. And then you throw in the fact that, he may have a mental, health issue on top of it all. That's why I don't like doing these cases. Because so many people are not going to see the facts of the actual case. That there's a very high likelihood that Aiden Fucci did not know or could not make the medical, the actual decision for long-term consequences. But he is being tried as an adult, and you can bet they will try everything they can to lock him away forever if he's found guilty of this. If the state can put a needle in his arm, they will, because that's what the public out there calls for. They want an eye for an eye. They want, Aiden Fucci to pay with his life for what he did. Right or wrong. That's what the general public wants. We are a society of barbarians. We never, ever can see back and say, look, this person made a mistake. This person deserves a second chance. Yes, they may have committed the most horrific crime ever. But let's keep them locked away or put a needle in their arm. Never give them another chance in society ever again. He's 14 years old. He killed his classmate. Tristyn was such a young, bubbly, energetic, and highly intelligent, and she had the heart of gold according to her family and friends. And we need to focus on that. We need to remember that. If Aiden really did what he is accused of, and it does look very much like he is guilty of the crime, that is something that he will have to live with for the rest of his life. And he should. He made a decision. He committed a horrific act. But should we, as a society, look at him and say, look, an eye for an eye. You deserve to die. That's a hard one to make. A hard, case to call it on. Especially in light of his age, the development of his brain, and the fact that he may have a mental health issue or be going through a mental health crisis. We don't know. But at this point, we need to remember Tristyn Bailey, age 13, cut down way too soon.